What is the difference between rich people and poor people, except for the size of bank accounts? It's in their lifestyle, daily routine and habits. There is a possibility that money is a primary reason, but what if habits actually help the current billionaires to make their capital? The bright side of life will figure it out. Rich people follow a schedule. 81% of the rich people make a schedule and try to follow it. Among those who earn little, only 9% make plans for the day. 44% of wealthy people wake up 3 hours before work and devote this time to sports, self-education, and other personal affairs. Among those who cannot boast of an impressive fortune, only 3% get up early. In addition, 67% of the wealthy people have a habit of writing down their goals. And those who earn little, do so only in 17% of cases. The rich take care of their health. 76% of wealthy people work out 4 times a week and try not to eat junk food. And this is quite logical, because regular workouts not only helps to keep yourself in shape, but also improves memory and cognitive functions. Among people with low income, only 23% find time for sports. The rich spend time educating themselves. 88% of rich people read at least half an hour every day. And only 2% of people who earn little do so. On the other hand, poor people prefer to spend time in front of the TV screen, and 75% of cases devote more than an hour a day to this activity. Entrepreneur and journalist Michael Simmons also studied the habits of millionaires and found that Bill Gates, Mark Zuckerberg, Jack Ma, and many others read and study for at least an hour a day on weekdays, or at least 5 hours a week. This is how Michael called the formula he derived, the 5-hour rule. He believes that if you take the time for education, success is guaranteed. However, this idea is often criticized. Firstly, it is easier for rich people who are engaged in intellectual work to find time and energy to study. And secondly, learning from scratch kills curiosity, which appears only with good emotions. For instance, Bill Gates believes that you can only succeed in what brings pleasure. The rich try to pass on their values to their children. For example, they are encouraged to volunteer and read. 70% of the billionaires have children volunteer at least 10 hours a week, and 63% read at least 2 nonfiction books a month. Children of people with low income do this only in 3% of cases. The rich believe in the power of habits. Right habits help if you lack willpower. Experts believe that about 40% of decisions we make on autopilot are influenced by habits, good or bad. 84% of rich people believe that habits are very important. When trying to derive a universal formula for success, remember, actions and habits alone do not guarantee anything. Success is made up of many components. And some of them, such as luck or the ability to be in the right place at the right time, are generally difficult to analyze. Even if you look at the statistics, you can see that a small percentage of the poor still read books, go in for sports and self-educate, but do not earn billions. Therefore, the experience of successful people should definitely be taken into account, but don't fully rely on it. Prejudices that prevent you from getting rich. 1. If I get rich, I will become greedy and materialistic. Money does not transform people, but enhances their characteristics. If you are greedy by nature, then when you get rich, you will become even greedier. In the same way, if you are inclined to help others, you will do it better with your own money, because money does not buy kind words, it buys medical care, a roof over your head, food. Material and spiritual help is of great importance. Mother Teresa of Calcutta died with a fortune of millions of dollars and was able to help so many people because she knew how to accumulate and manage a lot of money. 2. I do not need to become an entrepreneur or an investor. My job will take care of my financial well-being. The truth is that you should become either an entrepreneur or an investor. Often people consciously or unconsciously think that the path to their financial well-being is their job. Less than 1% of those who work will become financially free, such as athletes, musicians, actors, or CEOs of large companies. Those who do not develop entrepreneurial skills or investment potential will not be able to become financially independent. 3. Investing is risky. Investing by definition is not risky. If you look up the dictionary definition of the word investment, you will find the following: the use of capital for the purpose of making a profit. As you can see, the word risk is missing from the definition. Great investors don't think investing is risky. For them, investing means following certain rules, repeating patterns that can eliminate risk from their investments. In both the real estate market and the financial market, a true investor is someone who can accurately measure risk and identify ways to reduce or even eliminate it. 4. It used to be easier to get rich decades ago. In fact, never before has the world offered such opportunities to get rich very quickly as it does today. The way to get rich has changed. 30 years ago, it was enough to create a good product, put it on the market and wait for revenues, so the real problem was production. Today we have moved from the industrial age to the information age. The owner of information resources is the new rich man. 5. I'm too old for that. My time has passed. In fact, young and old people have the same chances of becoming rich. The only real problem is that the older people get, the more they tend to stay in their comfort zone. They are less willing to make mistakes because they don't want to feel stupid. 6. I'm too young to become rich. In the US, 14-year-olds invest in the financial market like professionals and achieve results that even the best managers sometimes fail to achieve, as if it were a game for them. Being young and therefore having few limiting beliefs from your own experience is only an advantage. Like in sports, the earlier you start exercising, the easier it will be to achieve good results in adulthood. 7. You have to work hard to earn money. Many people work hard all their lives, but do not earn real money, while others work smart for several years and create fortunes that last a lifetime. Money is earned by smart, not hard work. 8. If it's so easy, why everyone still hasn't become rich? Because people are lazy and want to get everything ready. They don't explore money, they have limiting beliefs, they lack the discipline and desire to grow and educate themselves, and they don't know how to manage their mood and emotions. 9. I have no time. In fact, this is not only a limiting belief, but also an excuse. If you are not yet rich, then the activities that you are engaged in and that take up all your time most likely will not lead you to financial well-being. Therefore, you should devote your time to what is really valuable, and give up unimportant activities. Comment below what activities would you add to the list for people to become rich? What financial prejudices you feel you have. Like this video, and subscribe so the bright side of life is always with you.